Oh, drinking of the wine, the wine, the wine. I got a mother in the promised land. Oh, the drinking of the wine, the holy wine. Fish and shrimp. If it wasn't for those 2 hours fishing, people would have been starved to death in Southport. Because there wasn't nothing else to do. It was a rough time long. You work for what you got. I was a fisherman all my life, about 70-some years. I started there when I was 17. I left out of Max Cafe and went to Florida, supposed to be cooking on the boat. And so I cooked about a week, 2 weeks, and the captain told me, he said, "You come up here, cook, I want to speak to you." He said, "When I went to Southport and got you, I thought you told me you was a cook." I said, "Well, I was a cook, I was in the cafe anyway. I was short of the cook." He said, "Yeah, you're going to be short from now on, because I'm going to put you in the first boat with the crew, and I'm getting another cook." Because the crew was not satisfied with your cooking. Said, "I'm going to get you some oil skins, and you can go in the boat with the net with the men." The captain and the mate were the 2. There's 2. Then there's the pilot. There's the chief engineer, and the second engineer, and the cook. That's all the deck crew want to do. But the individual, the crew, the fisherman, the one that goes in the net, there'd be different ones of them. The captain would give us a specific time, like 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock. The whole crew is supposed to be back by that time. Don't something lost the time, some of them will get back. Because a certain time, the captain will leave. Sit around, talk until they get ready to leave. Then we get the purse boats, that was the side boats we had. We'd go get them and take them up, put them on the hips. And then by that time, the cook would ring the bell, the captain would blow the horn, that's breakfast. We'd have breakfast around 5, 6 o'clock. The mate and the captain, they rode the cruising deck, about 60, 70 feet up in the air. And that was before they got the spotter. But most time when the plane would come in to fuel up, then the captain and the mate would go up there and spot the fish boat till the plane get back, you know. He spot them. And then they had a dry boat, which I did for many years. In the dry boat, a little boat longer than him view. And to spot the fish, and they put me off on the, I'd row off to the fish. There was 2 small boats to have on the back. They'd take them up, and when the captain out, the dry boat, when they spot the fish, he slowed the big boat down and said, "Lower them away." And they go back on the stern and load the boat on this side, the boat on that side. We load both of them down and then pull the net back in and tie them together, and we head for the fish. And we get very close to them, just like that road. I'd point, and the captain and the mate would come with a little boat and take me in. I'd be inside the net, and I'd take a caulk on this side, one on that side, and tie each to the boat. That's to lift up the weight, keep the fish from going over the caulk. And get up close to the first boat, the big boat, then I'd untie them, and they'd pull them one in this boat and one in that boat. And I'd untie it and take the whole all around one of the boats and tie my boat up, my little boat up, and I get in the boat with the rest of the crew. Everything by hand. They had oars, oars, 16-foot oars, 4 or 5 of them in each boat. They carried a big crew along there, 30, 40 men, and so many men in each boat. And they'd all around the fish. all of them boats would come together. And then they throw the oars overboard. They were tired. And then the men would get together then and pull that thing called a hickey. That's when you pull the tongue weight up. And then you shove it overboard and drop it down. Got to try to get the net down, close the net up, the bottom up. And then the fish would be in the middle of it. And they'd purse them right on up until they get so high. And then they put half the net in one boat, half in the other boat. And the fish would still be in the middle. So we'd come alongside this big boat, alongside the big boat, and tie up, and crew on the mate boat, crew in the captain boat. They pull together till the fish got up tight, and the man on deck had a long pole, a hook, a baling net, and he'd go up and go down, fill that up, and then there was a man on the bottom of the net on deck. He'd pull that chain tight, and that would keep the fish from coming out of the net, out of the baling net. And when you get right to the fish hole, he released the chain, and the fish would go right down in the hole. When you come alongside the big boat, when you're raising the fish, you call them harding them. That's the only time the shanty was sung, when all the crew was harding the fish up where they could bail them out with the net. When the fish got heavy on both sides, both crew, men in the mate boat, the men in the captain boat, would stand still until the shanty would start singing. And when they're singing, I got a letter this morning, boy. Oh, oh, honey. Then all the way, yeah! I got a letter right over and over, Soon as they start singing that shanty would help them raise the fish. Any member of the crew, any man in either boat. The first one to start off, that's when the one to go with. Oh, drinking of the wine, the wine, the wine. Then you start pulling. They pull that stuff. Then I start right up back again. Oh, drinking of the wine, the holy wine. They start pulling again, pull again. I got a mother in the promised land. Pull the net. Well, I never expect to stop until I shake her hand. Go back and pull them more. Oh, the drinking of the wine, the holy wine. Good. And right on, right on, right on.
That's amazing.
That's the way those shanties work, They help you raise the fish up so the net can take them out. Oh, drinking of the wine, the wine, the wine. I got a mother in the promised land. Oh, the drinking of the wine, the holy wine.